Welcome to episode of Potion Sword Run Original Seed. Do you want to know how messed up our video game scene is? Who are the people out there who are trying to influence the type of games we make and the type of people who make the games? It breaks my heart. It breaks my heart to know this is out there. But all hope isn't lost. But before we begin, again, do not like this video. I am still wanted for stealing my neighbor's cats. They keep on knocking, and I won't let them in. This person is Dani. That is her name. She leads a studio working on a game based on Marvel's Black Panther, sourced out by Cliffhanger Games. And this is her philosophy.
I have a team of 21 right now for Validate. It's a pretty big team. It's a crazy big team for indie games. But who is your team? Validate has a team of mostly all people of color. We have no white people on our team. I did that because I wanted to create a safe environment. And I know the best way for an environment to be safe is to be around people who are just like me. And I'm not saying that white people in the industry are creating unsafe environments. I'm not saying that. That is not what I'm saying. I am saying that sometimes it is hard to work with white people because they think that something may be okay, but it was really a microaggression. And no one wants to deal with that while they're trying to make a game that they love.
Now, to the sane, that is obviously discrimination against the law. You cannot disqualify someone from employment based on their race. That is racist. Now, I could understand being comfortable in your workplace, but this is America. It's a melting pot. Take that opportunity of microaggressions to teach your fellow neighbor. You know, that's what America's all about. That's what inclusion is about. These people always, preach diversity. But it's diversity for thee, not for me, obviously. Now, Ritchie thought it was smart to release a big old tweet talking about if anybody harasses anybody who's a minority or a woman, blah, 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 I will block you. Which is fine, you know, nobody wants anybody to be harassing people. I get that. But he goes on and continues with, Gamergate 2.0. But in the very end, he says he's going to create a list, take screenshots of game developers or people in the industry that he has contact with. And he's going to make sure that they never get jobs in the industry again. So he's going to make a list and threaten their livelihood with it, with a big old list. Now, when you look into this guy, you would think that he's like a big old game developer or indie developer that's huge. No, he's a consultant. He's a consultant just like Dani was. She was with Sweet Baby Inc. This guy, he has his own little firm where he helps indie developers hype up their game, try to get them funding, try to get them marketing, just pretty much useless stuff. He's a marketing guy. But he labels himself a consultant. He's trying to get that money from all the indie developers. And especially indie developers because they're more vulnerable for them, because it's hard for their games to break through. So when they hear this guy who's gonna make a list of people that he's gonna try to shadow ban in the industry, well, when he pitches them an idea saying he's gonna make their game successful, I can understand why they'll side with him. So I don't fault these games who are dealing with this person, Ritchie, who now has his tweets locked because he knows that he found out. But if you see Bare Knuckle out there, know that is a consultant group, which is really just Ritchie out there trying to make it seem like it's bigger than it is. And just beware that he's gonna make a list and he might put you on it. So I looked at these games and it, like, if you're watching this video, I don't think these games would be the one that you'll be playing in the first place. So if you're the keen to boycott games that Ritchie is representing, I mean, I don't think you're gonna buy them in the first place. I definitely wasn't. Maybe one, but the rest of them are kind of just like, I can understand why they hired Ritchie in the first place. But maybe you don't want to associate yourself with people who are so willingly just jumping into the flame for no reason and making their own list. Again, the curator list that was made on Steam, where Sweet Baby detected, was a bad list. But when they make a list, it's all good. Rules for thee, not for me. Again. But all hope is not lost, everybody. Now, I'm indifferent when it comes to Elon Musk. You know, sometimes I agree with them, sometimes I don't, but I guess that's life. You know, I don't shun him like everybody else would, at least these people. But he came out and he heard some discussion about how games are made and funded, and how EA will succumb to certain restrictions when it comes to getting money from, you know, BlackRock or other, you know, politically correct sources. And he was surprised, and then I guess he must have kept on digging into it. And then he recently released a tweet that says that we got to get all these woke things out of video games, and that we play video games, you know, not for any of this political stuff. And Elon Musk, like him or not, is a huge figure in our times. Definitely a smart person. I know he likes to cite on free speech and all that stuff. He's anti-woke. He might, you know, he's kind of like a hero of the right wing. So I guess when it comes to the backlash that these mainstream journalists and third-party consultants, I mean, they might take it with a badge of honor being on the opposite side of him. But people in the real world, I think they look at Elon Musk as a popular figure. So it just goes to show that these journalists, these woke game makers, these third-party consultants who are just milking the game industry, time is coming. Like, they're being exposed to the light, and it's finally going to the mainstream, especially when Elon Musk is tweeting about it. I don't think it was going to be his last tweet. This is only going to get bigger. And the thing is, they asked for it. They pour fire and gasoline into the fire, and then when it gets too hot, they leave. Now, some of them, like Alyssa McConaughey, is, you know, using this 15 minutes of fame to bask in her glory and to try to, you know, get bigger than she is, but she's not. It's not working. People see it as cringe, and more people in the industry are gonna get exposed. They're gonna keep on coming out of the woodworks, and then you're gonna see the overwhelming influence they have in their video games and how they're made, how they're funded. So if you happen to find some good video games out there, man, make sure to really support them, or else you're gonna get flat asses all day. Nothing but flat asses all day. That's gonna do it for this episode. I'll catch you on the next one. Peace.